Previously on Fear the Walking Dead. We do see the old classic season 1 house. Whoever designed this house to make it look like season 1 did a phenomenal job. It's filmed the same way. Morgan starts having these hallucinations that Jenny is still out there on the street. And Mo doesn't really know, what kissing is all about. So she's like, ew, I don't want to ever see that again,
Wait.
And this time he uses the rifle and he actually shoots Dwayne. So incredible.
How do you know you're gonna love the taste of these fries? That's how. There's nothing like the world-famous taste of McDonald's crispy golden French fries, especially when you can enjoy a large order of them in an extra value meal with a medium ice-cold Coke starting at just $2.99.
Have you had your break today?
She's hot. She is really hot, June.
Hot like a steaming pile of French fries.
I want to go to the bookstore.
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Fear the Walking Dead. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another video for Season 8. We're going to be doing our weekly review for the final season. This is for Episode 5, titled More Time Than You Know.
There's no way Padre's leaving it unguarded.
Why do you think I put it on wheels in the first place?
Those are the tracks it was on.
You're getting closer. Come on, my way, June. Don't you try and stop me!
Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for Fear the Walking Dead. And in today's video, we're back with our weekly review for the final season of Fear the Walking Dead. This one's going to be for Fear the Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 5, More Time Than You Know. How the fuck did they have time to air this piece of shit? Seriously. So, thank you all so much for tuning into this review. We're going to be getting into Episode 5 now of Fear the Walking Dead Season 8. I am going to give you all a warning right now that if you are a fan of Fear the Walking Dead and you think that this show is just perfect, you think this show is just flawless and there's nothing wrong with it and it's perfect and you're a little snowflake and you're gonna get your precious feelings hurt, do not watch this video because I'm about to bitch and complain about this episode. So that's your notice, okay? That's your warning. I'm going to complain about this episode, so skedaddle if you don't want to hear that. So for those who want to hear my honest opinions about the episode, thank you for sticking around. This was hot garbage. This was hot garbage. This was such a bad episode. Again, I've said this many times, but this final season has just not been that good to me. I mean, King County last week was, that was pretty entertaining, right? I mean, again, Padre really interrupted it, but it was a very exciting episode. But episodes like 2 and 3, especially with this whole cure approach, y'all know how I feel about episode 3 especially. And then this episode, I don't know what they're trying to do, but it's such bullshit. It's such bullshit. So basically, here's the plot of this episode to kind of sum it up for y'all. And this is probably not going to be the longest review in the world either. I'm going to tell you right now. Grace is, of course, bit. She is infected. So they're trying to deliver her to June so that she can cure her, right? Now, Grace, mind you, this is how stupid this whole plot is. Grace is already dying from radiation poisoning, okay? So they're going to put more radiation in her to stop a walker infection so that she can get better. Even though she's already dying slowly from radiation and she's going to die in a few months. It makes no fucking sense. And the entire episode is about that. Apparently they think that it's going to make it better, that, she's going to get helped with by radiation when she's already dying of radiation. Like, it makes no sense. In addition to that, in this episode, we have this whole cure approach that's, heavily been advertised throughout this whole season. Finch is supposedly okay. Now, we kind of run into a bit of a problem in this episode because Finch starts to kind of get worse. He kind of starts to get sick. And Dwight and Sherry kind of start to notice this. He's burning up. The bite is starting to get worse. And June realizes that, oh shit, maybe I didn't put enough radiation. Oh, maybe I didn't put enough, So now the kid is probably going to fucking die, right? So Finch is now probably going to die, even though he's been perfectly fine all this time. But now the radiation, or now the infection sets in. Now he's got his problems. I mean, seriously? Fear, are you actually watching this shit? Are you watching your final product? Like, seriously. For once, I honestly don't believe that these people are honestly thinking straight. I really don't. Like, how can you write a script where somebody is dying of radiation you're gonna give her more radiation to save her from a walker bite. Like, it's so fucking stupid. So damn stupid. So, anyway, the whole episode, they're trying to get Grace to June, right? And Shrek, the frickin' idiot she is, yes, I call her Shrek because she's a fucking stupid villain. She reaches out to Morgan and she says that, Morgan, I found it quite interesting that my people went back to King County, and they saw that you killed a whole bunch of walkers. So you know what I'm going to do for you, Morgan? I'm going to let you take Grace to June. I'm going to let you take Grace to this train car. But the only reason why is because I want you to clear this yard full of walkers. And apparently the reason why she wants him to do this is because she saw that he killed a bunch of walkers in King County, and she's now impressed with him. I'm like, you don't even know if Morgan was the one that killed those walkers. There's corpses fucking everywhere. How the fuck do you know that he killed those walkers in King County? Yes, you know he was in King County. That's absolutely true. But how the fuck do you know that he was the one that killed all those walkers? It's absolutely stupid. It could have been Grace. It could have been Mo. It could have been Dwight. It could have been Sherry. No, it's Morgan. He killed those walkers, 100%. And based off of her not even seeing him killing these walkers, she wants to hire him now to take out all these walkers so that they can get all these important things out of these containers. Because apparently inside of these storage containers, there's a whole bunch of things to, build for the future or some happy bullshit like that. Absolutely stupid. So throughout the episode, you've got Grace. She's slowly dying. She's, saying like, I don't have much time left. And, I've got cancer anyway. So they throw that in there too. I've got cancer anyway. So even if June helps me, like, it's not going to work. I only got a few months left anyway. So maybe you should just let me die and stuff like that. And literally you got Morgan that like makes a side deal with Padre. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll help you get Grace to the train. Absolutely, we'll help you out. And then randomly they pull over the vehicle and it's like, no, now we're just going to kill Grace. You know what I mean? Like, it makes absolutely no sense. And Morgan wants Daniel to then help him out with an army to take out these walkers that Shrike is instructing them to do. So this freaking Afro idiot is literally instructing our characters to all put their differences aside and clear walkers for them so that they can build a better future. And you know what the worst part of this shit is? Morgan goes along with this bullshit. He goes along with this, even though Morgan could easily kill these Padre people and get to the fucking train. But he's now going to side with this idiot and going to go to this place to clear a bunch of walkers and work with Shrike. It makes absolutely no sense. And like I said, I mean, Grace, I felt bad for her in this episode. I thought that it was kind of sad what she was going through, but the script is so fucking stupid. Seriously, it's so stupid. So, essentially, Daniel tells Morgan, like, fuck you, I'm not helping you with this Padre bullshit, which I'm completely on Daniel's side. He's the only character that made any sense in this episode. He is on the walkie-talkie with Morgan. He's like, Morgan, you're working with Shrike to take out these walkers for Padre? No, I'm not risking my army. I'm not risking my men, you fucking dumbass. Like, seriously, what the fuck are you doing, right? And it's so stupid because you've got Dwight, Sherry, and Finch that now turn into the diversion so that Padre can now go after them, put a kid at risk. That's real fucking brilliant. And Morgan, Grace, and Mo can then get to the train if Dwight and Sherry and Finch are the diversion. So Finch starts to have this fever. He starts to not do so hot. And June, poor June, is like the multitasker in this episode. She has to tell Dwight what's going to happen to Finch if they don't do this, this, and this. And she also has to tell Mo how to do a full operation on Grace, okay? Yes, I'm not shitting you. June literally makes Mo do an entire operation on Grace to save her life. Mo doesn't know jack shit about nursing. She doesn't know jack shit about this medical shit. But you're gonna make her do this shit on Grace, her own mother? Oh my god, this is so fucking stupid. Seriously, and this kid, Mo, by the way, I don't know what the fuck they think she is. Like, she's like Superwoman. She can do everything. Like, holy shit. She can apparently get past a whole bunch of guards, Dove and a whole bunch of the rest of the guards. She can just manage to talk her way out of it and get past these guards. Like, seriously, it's so fucking ridiculous. Like, she manages to get past them. They don't do anything to her. And then she manages to go in there and do a full operation on Grace. And of course it doesn't work because no shit it's not going to work. She's already dying of radiation. You put more radiation in her, she's gonna fucking die. This logic makes no goddamn sense at all. And anyway, basically they try to help Grace. And long story short, it looks like Finch is going to die now. It looks like the infection is going to get to him. And it looks like, you know, Grace is going to die. And then that's what happens. Grace, guys, spoiler warning, is dead in this episode. And well, now we get to a scene that I actually didn't mind. Okay, yes, there is one scene in this episode that I did actually like. I'll actually call this one out. Grace's goodbye to Morgan was actually very emotional, right? Morgan tried to get to her. He tried to, you know, kind of get back to her, which that part makes no sense as well, too. Why are you running around in the woods when there's literally no Padre guards around whatsoever? Like, you could have easily gone with Grace and tried to save her life. Like, it makes absolutely no sense, but whatever. Morgan doesn't get to her in time, and they have to say goodbye via walkie-talkie, which is still going on now, 12 years into the apocalypse, by the way. It's amazing that these walkie-talkies are still going, but anyway, yeah, and Grace dies of radi-fucking-ation. Like, seriously, like what do you expect is gonna happen? Like, she's already infected, she's sick with radiation to begin with, you put more radiation in her, plus the bite, of course she's gonna die, right? Now, Mo doesn't have it in herself to actually put her mother down, which is obviously very understandable. It's very emotional for her, and she can't, you know, bring herself to actually, you know, put the knife in her head, which obviously is very, very sad, and I did feel really bad for Mo. But she couldn't do it, so then Mo turns into a walker, starts attacking her, and Morgan saves her life, and of course, kills the zombie Grace to protect his kid, which is also a scene I did like. I did like that Morgan was able to kill his wife figure and save his kid this time. That was cool how that came full circle, I will admit. But then the episode goes to shit again. Right back to the bullshit. Like, straight up right away. You get Shrike that shows up. She pulls out Morgan's old axe from like 7 years ago, and she threatens him with it, and basically Mo stands up for her father. She's like, don't you dare touch him, and this and that. And then randomly, guys, I'm not even shitting you, Mo all of a sudden turns on Morgan and decides that she's gonna go with Shrek and Dove and the others to then clear a bunch of walkers for Padre. I thought you were on your dad's side. You just straight up betrayed him and left his ass in a train car. Like, this makes no fucking sense. Like, seriously, her loyalties were straight, I thought. I thought she knew what she wanted. I thought she knew what she wanted to do, and she completely just betrayed her fucking father and went with Padre, the group that took her away from them for 7 years. She's gonna go back to them now. I mean, seriously, these writers, are you not seeing what you're doing? Are you not reading these scripts that you created before you fucking film this shit? Like, I'm sorry, but I would be embarrassed to air this shit on TV. I really would. And it gets worse because then Morgan tries to, you know, do his kumbaya and his, you know, this whole thing. And he tries to flip on Shrike and try to get the upper hand. And he, like, knocks 2 of the guards on their asses, runs past Shrike, and tries to make a run for it. That's not the fucking Morgan I know. The Morgan I know would kill these 2 Padre fuckers and put the axe in Shrike's head, take the axe for himself, and say, kid, you're coming with me, end of story, you know? This Morgan, I don't know what the fuck they turned him into, but he's working with Padre, he's doing this bullshit, he goes by the name Nightingale, and when he has the opportunity to kill Shrike, he doesn't even do it. I mean, it's so damn stupid. So, and now Morgan's just locked up in a train car. That's just how we end it. Our big setup for the mid-season finale is that now Grace is dead, Mo is just gone with Padre, and, Morgan's trapped in a train car. Now, I guess what I'll say to close off this review is, you know, rest in peace to Grace. Obviously, that was very sad, but it's ridiculous the plot that she was wrapped around in this episode. It was awful. I was never a big fan of Grace. I never really liked her character, although I will say for Morgan's character, yes, it is very, very sad. But this episode was not logically sound at all. It was not logically sound whatsoever. It made no sense. The plots were awful. Shrike is a terrible villain. And where the fuck is the son, by the way? Like, is he just gone now? Like, where the hell is he at? Like, this Padre storyline needs to seriously end. If you can tell by the way I'm describing this episode, I am not too impressed with Padre. So I'm going to give this a 2 out of 10. This was a dreadful mess. The plots make no sense. The cure makes no sense. Grace's death, okay, her send-off was alright, but everything else makes no sense. Mo betraying Morgan, Morgan not trying to kill Shrike, like literally so much of this episode made no sense. And now Finch is getting sick again, like for fuck's sakes, like seriously, pick a fucking lane, Fear the Walking Dead. Is there a cure or there's no cure, like seriously. So anyway, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that subscribe button to not miss any other videos for Fear the Walking Dead. Be sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Fear the Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. guys, and peace out.